are on the floor at the State Farm Center on the campus of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Alongside Mac Bowman, I am Rob Sherrill. We are from IllinoisMatMen.com. These guys started wrestling matches Thanksgiving week. Seems like a long time ago. It's 3 months later, and here we are at the state finals. We've got a star-studded group of Class 3A guys back.
Hi, I'm Lee Kemp, three-time world champion and Olympic wrestling coach. When I was an athlete, I looked for any type of edge I could get, and nutrition was that edge for me as an athlete. And I created the company Forza to help athletes get that nutritional edge. And when I finished competing, I wanted to do something that would allow me to be involved in wrestling and give something back to wrestling. So I created the company Forza. Forza is a nutritional company that allows me to pursue a great passion that I have of nutrition. ForzaByKemp.com.
We start with 195 pounds. That means we will go to 220 next, followed by the heavyweights at 285, go back to the bottom at 106, and we'll go all the way through the order. 182 pounds will be our final bout.
Let's wrestle.
And Tyler Johnson has had a fairly dominant performance through the brackets to the final.
We are underway here at 195 pounds.
And working from a tie-up. We're about a minute 30 to go here. Still no score. Again, Johnson, gold singlet from Lockport. Durbin, light blue singlet from Lake Forest.
Out of bounds, we've wrestled 38 seconds. No score yet between Johnson of Lockport, Durbin of Lake Forest. Lake Forest has never had a state champion. So if Durbin wins this one, it will be their first one in the history of the program. Lockport's had plenty of them. In fact, Johnson's older brother, Brad, a two-time state champion at this weight during his career. He's at the University of Oklahoma now. They're starting a 197-pounder.
And Tyler Johnson, one of two Lockport wrestlers we'll be seeing this evening. Later on down at 113 pounds, his teammate Brian Rossi. With 5 in the finals, it's going to give them a total of 10 placers, which also has never been done.
Remember that we have 3 mats going here, so you may hear a cheer every once in a while when nothing's going on. Well, that means they're cheering for one of the other mats, because we got 3 different matches going, 3 separate sets of crowds, and you'll hear that as we go on. 33 seconds left in the first period as they come back to the center, no score.
Yeah, neither wrestler really attempted to mount any kind of offense so far. No shots. They're kind of feeling each other out, working from a tie-up. Now we're here on mat 3 at the north end of the State Farm Center.
And those of you who are thinking, did they move out of Assembly Hall? No, this is still the Assembly Hall, but it has been renamed the State Farm Center. It now has a named sponsor, so this is the same historic arena that you've come to expect for the state wrestling as we finish a scoreless first period.
And we're going into the second period. With
Durbin gets the choice. He'll choose down.
Tyler Johnson, during the season, Cheesehead champ. Dvorak champ. Undefeated, nationally ranked. One of the better wrestlers in the state, and one of the guys who, for him, there is no end to the wrestling season.
Johnson will also be referring to the Illinois Mat Men rankings from time to time, since Illinois Mat Men is who we work for.
And there's 1-0 is a score right now due to the escape by Durbin.
Okay, so minute 18 left in the second period. Durbin has the first point of the 3A finals. And they are on their feet. Johnson was the champion of the Normal Community West sectional. Durbin came out of the Barrington sectional, which he won, and Barrington has 9 finalists. That's more than any other of the 4 sectionals that are here.
It's somewhat of a surprise because most of us thought that the Hinsdale Central sectional would dominate the finalists, but like a lot of things, it doesn't always turn out that way.
Nope, yeah, that's why they wrestle the matches. Just 6 finalists from Hinsdale Central, 6 from the Leiden sectional. I'm sorry, 7 from the Leiden sectional, 6 from Normal West, and Barrington the most with 9, Durbin the first of them. Little half shot there by Durbin, stopped by Johnson. Durbin leads 1-0. He escaped early in this period.
This somewhat of a surprise being, Johnson normally a very explosive scorer, very offensive wrestler. So far has been wrestling somewhat conservative. Waiting to see if he's going to open it up here as this second period draws to a close.
Final 10 seconds now. Now down to 5. And that'll do it. And Johnson will get his choice to start the third, and he's going to go down.
So 1-0, third period. Here we go. Johnson preferring a starting position with the ankles down. Comes right up, and he's out.
So it's now 1-1. Next takedown might win it. Both kind of just hanging on the head. We haven't seen a real serious shot from either wrestler. Durbin had some nice shots last night in the third period of his
in the semifinals.
In his semifinal win over Andre Lee of Oak Park River Forest, which he won in overtime. And they go off the edge with 1:11 left in the third period.
Neither wrestler's been warned for stalling, so far that's not a factor.
Johnson also a cadet national freestyle champion last summer. That was a win that really put him on the map nationally, and he's really cemented it with this 51-0 record here, 51-0 record. There's a stalemate called with 44 seconds left to go, but he needs a takedown here.
Yeah, so far hand fighting, tie-ups, pushing and shoving, but again, neither wrestler mounting any offense.
Now under 30 seconds. Maybe an overtime match here in our first final on the 3A mat. It's kind of looking that way.
And there's a stall warning.
First stall warning of the match goes against Durbin. So he'll have to get busy. And now under 15 seconds left to go. Now under 10.
Yeah, it looks like we're headed to overtime. First match, and for those of you who don't know, the first overtime period is sudden death, 1 minute, neutral position. Whoever scores first ends the match. Sudden death.
So we'll see what happens here in this 1 minute on the feet overtime. Again, Durbin does have a warning for stalling. A second one would end the match, but unlikely to happen here unless we see
There's
a
a
lot.
shot.
There's a
Durbin
shot
with
by
a double
Durbin.
leg, and
he takes him to the edge.
they call him out of bounds. Wow, that was close.
Not able to keep both feet in.
And the assistant referee just nods his head in agreement. So no score. 41 seconds to go. And I'd say Johnson dodged a bullet there because he was in deep. Durbin was in deep.
Great shot by Durbin there. Not able to finish with both feet in bounds, so no points. Under 30 seconds left to go in this on the feet overtime.
And it doesn't matter if it's even toes. As long as you have those 2 points in bounds, it can be scored a takedown. But he went off the bat, so no points.
Now Johnson pushes Durbin out. 15 seconds left in the on the feet overtime. Durbin has had the best shot of the match, and there's another half shot that's stopped by Johnson. Under 10 seconds left to go now. 2, 1, and now we will go to the first of 2 30-second tiebreakers, and the coin will be flipped. Choice will go to Durbin. He defers.
Interesting. Okay, so Johnson will go down, and they keep wrestling. Even if a wrestler escapes, whatever happens, they wrestle for the full 30 seconds.
Right. These periods are not sudden death. They are 30 seconds unless a fall happens.
Unless you have a pin.
So Johnson to his feet, and he has the escape. So Johnson takes a 2-1 lead. 18 seconds left in the first of our 2 30-second tiebreakers.
12 seconds.
Johnson now with the 2-1 lead. Escapes all we have in this match so far, although Durbin had a great shot there in the first overtime that he could not finish.
Okay, now here we go to the second 30-second period, and most wrestlers will choose down to try and score. Same thing, they will keep wrestling. Now, should Johnson get the ride out and Durbin's unable to escape, then Johnson would win the match.
So now, and that's obviously what we're going to see Johnson try to do, is try to get the 30-second ride out and avoid going to that ultimate tiebreaker in which Durbin would get his choice because he scored first. Durbin to his feet. Johnson brings him back down.
Good mat return right away.
And does
and
it
he keeps
again.
Coming up.
Now 17 and Durbin
score.
Is out. So if nothing happens beyond this point, Durbin will have the choice in the ultimate tiebreaker. 5 seconds left to go. And we are going to the ultimate tiebreaker with Durbin having the choice.
Well, it looks like our first weight class of the night, and we start off with a bang.
Durbin will choose down.
And Johnson coming into this, in most people's mind, is a heavy favorite in this match. But, you know, the underdog keeps the match close, and that's
Durbin
how you
up
do
to
it.
his feet. And runs out of bounds. Johnson just follows him out. 3 seconds gone by. 2-2 the score. We've had 4 escapes. That's been all our points. This is the ultimate tiebreaker. It would be sudden death if Durbin escapes. He faces him, and
there
he is
it
out.
is. That's it. And that's the way of the underdog. Keep it close, get into overtime, and score the win.
The first state champion in the history of Lake Forest High School wrestling is Regis Durbin. He finishes the season 41-0.
Tough loss for Johnson, but being a junior, somehow I have a feeling we're going to see him back here next year.
I'm here with Regis Durbin, Lake Forest Scouts, newly crowned 195-pound Illinois state champ. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Regis, you realize you just beat a guy that was the #1 guy in the country.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you completed an undefeated season. How's that feel?
I mean, it's just unbelievable. So surreal. I can't even describe it. It's great.
This isn't a game. There's no playbook. This is a battle.
We have a mild upset there at 195 to start off with. Now we go to 220. And our contestants at 220 in the orange singlet, Sage Hecox of McChesney Park, Harlem, and in the mostly black with the orange trim is Luis Hernandez of McHenry. These wrestlers both came out of the Barrington sectional.
And Hecox, a senior, 39-2. Hecox, from a rather famous wrestling family, actually has a couple of younger brothers on the team.
and an older brother who was a state finalist himself. So.
And Hernandez from McHenry, a senior, 37-1. And again, I would say that he's probably the slight underdog in this match.
These two wrestlers did meet in the Barrington sectional, but they met in the semifinals with Hecox winning by a score of 7-4, and that is Hernandez's only loss of the season.
And Hernandez, having wrestled Hecox before, probably knows enough to be careful with the tie-ups. Hecox, a guy who loves to headlock, loves to throw.
1:05 left in the first period as they go out of bounds. Escapes have been all we've had so far on the 3A mat. We'll see what 2:20 brings us. Now under a minute to go.
And no score.
Hecox with that
got that underhook there.
Hand fighting on the other side, and they go out of bounds again with 50 seconds left.
And if you're Hernandez, again, because of the way Hecox wrestles, you can't risk making a mistake like a bad shot or getting stuck on your knees, because you can get drilled quickly.
McHenry, another school that has never had a state champion, but this is the second year in a row they've had a wrestler in the finals.
Stall call against Hernandez.
So,
yeah, Hecox staying very aggressive, taking 2-on-1s, taking underhooks, backing Hernandez up.
That's something that our head official, Jeff Sorensen, on this mat is known for. He is known for making the wrestlers wrestle. And so far, he's given every indication he's going to do that.
Yeah, Hecox kind of with a reach there, back to the 2-on-1. We're 10 seconds, first period, no score.
Hecox still with that underhook.
Try a little foot
hand
sweep
fighting.
there.
Yep. 2-1, and the first period is over. It is scoreless. There is a warning against Hernandez for stalling. We go to the second period, and Hernandez wins the toss. He'll start down.
A lot of times a wrestler will, in a scoreless match, will take bottom, because later on, as you could see in that ultimate tiebreaker, first wrestler to score will get the choice. And as happens here now, Hernandez does score first, gets the escape. But
now Hecox with the double underhook.
There again, trying that throw. Hecox trying to take him over with a front headlock.
And Hernandez counters with the high crotch.
Yep,
trying to treetop it a little bit.
No points now. Hecox turn, trying to...
and Hernandez tried to switch off to the double, but could not keep him in bounds.
He was close, but you got to keep him in bounds.
Could not keep him in bounds. A good reshot there by Hernandez, but no points.
And so far, even with a 1-0 score here, we've had some action. At least both wrestlers mounting some offense.
Hecox is back to the underhook. Hernandez works out of it. Under a minute left in the second period now.
Yeah, Hecox with a 2-on-1. Hernandez defending by pushing off, trying to control the head. Hecox working that underarm, that underhook again.
Hernandez ahead 1-0, but he has a stall warning.
And Hecox working him back. Now, if you're Hernandez, if you want to avoid the stalling, stop backing up.
Exactly.
Circle. You got to circle. Stay near the center, circle back. Don't back up.
And looks like Hernandez trying to do that as Jeff Sorensen calls a stalemate. 27 left in the second.
Score still 1-0 in favor of Hernandez.
Now down to 20 seconds. Yeah, Hecox definitely switching off to that 2-on-1 now. Down to 10 seconds.
Hecox, a Dvorak champ. Dvorak being one of the big tournaments earlier in the season.
Second period is over, and now Hecox will start down.
And Hecox comes up. Hernandez trying a cradle. He's got it locked up. He's suiciding it, but that could be a mistake.
Yeah,
that could be a mistake,
through.
and he's in trouble.
Right to the back.
He's in trouble.
So
Yep,
Hecox rolls him through to the back, and it's 2 and 3, a 5-point move. Those are hard to overcome.
And now Hecox with a cradle, and he's got it locked up, and he's bringing it back. He's got Hernandez on his back. Referee's counting. He's got the 3. Now looking for the pin. Looks like he's got that pretty tight, and he's got a lot of time to work it. Well, he released it, so he's going to get his 3.
Hernandez was able to break the hands, but
Down.
it's 3 more on the near fall, and it's 8-1 now. Hecox has really opened it up with 8 third-period points.
Yeah, Hernandez in a 7-point hole now. And we're under a minute now to go in the third period.
So Hecox 59 seconds away from a state championship.
And another cradle. He's going to give it up. Loss of control. There's a point for the escape. 8-2 now. 45 seconds.
Front headlock for Hecox. I don't think he'll really try too much else here, although he gets the throw by. And
oh, look at that. Off the mat, but it was pretty. No points for that, other than points for style.
Vintage Hecox, as we've seen over the 4 years of his career. Under 30 seconds left to go now, and Hecox leads 8-2.
20 seconds.
So McHenry, with a finalist for the second straight year, looks like they'll come out short for the second straight year. Although Hecox kind of walked into that double leg shot, was able to sprawl and get away with it. 5 seconds left to go. 3, 2, 1, and Sage Hecox of Harlem is your state champion at 220 pounds by a score of 8-2. He was 4th in the state last year. He is your state champion at 220 this year.
I'm here with Sage Hecox, the newly crowned Illinois 220-pound state champ. Harlem Huskies in the house. You just did something your brother tried to do in 2010. How's it feel?
Feels really good, and I wouldn't be here without him because he's the one that helped me to get here. So all thanks to him.
We've told you a lot in this broadcast about how strong Illinois high school wrestling is. Well, you're going to see 2 members of the top heavyweight class of any state in the nation in this next match. In the black singlet, you're going to see the defending state champ, Brian Allen of Hinsdale Central, ranked number 4 by Win Magazine, and he's going to go against the wrestler who finished 3rd in the state last year, Adarius Jones of Moline. He's ranked number 5. There are 2 more nationally ranked heavyweights on the AA mat, and there are 5 nationally ranked heavyweights in Illinois this year. Really deep weight class.
And Allen wastes no time. He goes right after Jones. Now, interesting to note, too, these 2 met earlier in the season at the Rex Whitlatch tournament at Hinsdale Central. Allen winning that tournament.
He won that tournament, as I recall, with a takedown right at the end of the second 30-second tiebreaker to avoid having to ride Jones out in the ultimate tiebreaker. So really a well-timed takedown for Allen, and on the feet is his specialty, as you will see tonight.
He will attack. He will, as a heavyweight, he's fairly athletic, and he will launch leg attacks. Double leg, single leg.
This is Allen's final high school match. He is signed with Michigan State to play football, one of the top 5 center prospects in the country. And Adarius Jones will continue his wrestling career at the University of Northern Iowa next year.
A senior from Gibson City, and now 2-time state champion.
And you'll hear us throughout the night refer back to national rankings, because the strength and depth of this sport in this state at the high school level, it's probably, if not the most successful kids in high school sport in this state, it's one of the top 2, maybe basketball and wrestling.
Right. Not only is wrestling one of the flagship sports in this state, but Illinois, the national consensus is a top 5 state in this country year in and year out in terms of overall state strength. So you're watching some of the nation's best here on Comcast.
And best as in a lot of the top individuals, and then a lot of the top teams. Represented
Absolutely.
here tonight, you have several teams, 3 teams in 3A and 1 team in 2A, depending again on the ranking, that are ranked up in the top 50 in the country. Oak Park River Forest being ranked number 2. Montini Catholic, a 2A team. Marist, all up in the top 20. And then Marmion Academy not much further down.
School's first period, we go to the second. And Allen starting down. And he is out, 1-0.
And despite the scoreless first period, Allen stayed pretty busy on his feet, and
he has a great leg attack for a heavyweight, great singles and doubles. Of course, Jones knows that, and he stopped most of it in that match at Hinsdale Central, except for the one that counted in the overtime tiebreaker. Half shot there by Jones, reaching underneath. Allen has the only point of the match.
Allen's pace slowed down a little bit, but both wrestlers staying towards the center, not playing the edge.
Under a minute left to go in the second period. Allen trying to get Jones off his head. And now Jones with double underhooks. Takes Jones to the edge. But he can't do anything with it, and they come back to the center with 45 left in the second period.
Now, the head referee of this match, Tim Dodge, one of the better referees in the state of Illinois, a former wrestler and a former head coach, wrestler at Augustana, Division III college out there in Rock Island.
Been a coordinator of officials, working this match. Down now to 15 seconds left in the second period. 1-0 the lead for Brian Allen of Hinsdale Central, the defending state champion. And Jones trying to work to underhooks there. He's got one, trying to work to a double, but he's going to run out of time as the second period ends. Now Jones will start on the bottom.
Jones going down and looking for that escape, tie the match up. He's down 1-0. Allen right away goes to pick an ankle. Tries to cradle, now just going to let him go. So we're tied, 1-1. Again, Allen with a senior with a record of 45-1. His one loss came to the third place finisher in the tournament here, Nicky Allegretti from Lincoln Way East. And Allen avenged that loss in the semifinals to get to the finals.
Yeah, those two guys wrestled 3 times this year. Allen won 2 out of the 3. That lost Allegretti snapped a 79-match winning streak for Allen over parts of 3 seasons. Just to show you, as the match is tied 1-1, how anybody can win at any one time. There have been 4 winning streaks, Mac, of 70 matches or more that have been snapped this season.
One of them, the defending state champ of 106 pounds, Rudy Yates, brother Rice.
He had a 72-match winning streak snapped at the sectional. And Jared Cortez, of course, had won 124 in a row before losing to Josh Albert at the Dvorak as they go out of bounds. 38 seconds left to go.
Still 1-1.
And the Class A state champion, Josh Wallach of Gibson City, had a 71-match winning streak ended at the New Year's Challenge. So, you know, it doesn't matter how good your record is or how many you won in a row. That's why they wrestle the matches. Anything can happen.
And when you face the kind of competition you have to face week in and week out here in this state, or for some of the schools that go out and compete nationally, you can get beat any time.
Which, as we said, happened to Allen in about a month ago at the Illini Classic at Lincoln Way East, where Allegretti got his win. We're coming down to the end of regulation, and as they did at Hinsdale Central, they will again go to overtime, Allen and Jones.
And again, mentioning about wrestling families, Allen from Hinsdale Central, a member of a wrestling family, has a younger brother on the team. He didn't place, but made it here to the state tournament, and an older brother.
And right, Jack was a state champion 3 years ago. And
Brian
he's playing football at Michigan State, and Brian's going to follow. And Brian is going to follow him there.
And Brian looking for his 2nd state championship tonight. One of several wrestlers we have who are looking to add multiple state championships to their resume.
We're halfway through the 1 minute on the feet overtime. 1-1 the score between Brian Allen of Hinsdale Central in the black, Adarius Jones of Moline with the maroon singlet on and the big M on the side. Now down to 10 seconds. Jones has really controlled it with those underhooks.
He's doing a good job of wrapping Allen up, not giving him space, closing the distance, keeping it tight with the underhooks, not allowing Allen to get that takedown off.
The first overtime is over. Now we'll have the coin flip, and the choice will go to Jones. He'll go down to start the this overtime.
30 seconds, and they will keep wrestling.
Should they go to the overtime tiebreaker, Allen would have the choice because he scored first. Jones to his feet.
Allen on the leg,
brings it back down. Jones escaped from Allen in the match at Hinsdale Central. Now Allen would like to end it, but he will not as Jones
10 seconds to
gets
go
away
and he gets
from
the
him.
escape.
It's 2-1. They're getting a little sweaty, and Jones just lost that leg. Allen just lost that leg, and Jones was able to sprawl away for the escape. And now we'll go to the 30-second second 30-second tiebreaker, and Allen will go down. Should we go to the ultimate tiebreaker, and the chances of that look pretty good right now, Allen would have the choice.
And that would give us 2 ultimate tiebreakers in the first 3 matches.
Wow. And Jones pushes him away. It's 2-2.
So now if you're Jones, you going to try something, or are you going to leave it up to the ultimate tiebreaker?
Well, I think Jones is in the situation Allen was in at Hinsdale Central, because Jones would have had the choice. And I'm sure he probably doesn't feel he can ride Allen out, so he's got to make his hay here.
He's only got 5 seconds to do it.
Yeah.
Looks like he's content to just stay in the tie up in the center there.
And we will go to the ultimate tiebreaker. It is Allen's choice. He will go down.
Here we go, 30 seconds, and this again is sudden death. If he escapes, it's over. If Jones gets the ride out, he wins.
Jones, Allen has not had any trouble getting out to this point, but he can't this time.
He can't hang on the legs. He cannot hang on the, there's a stalemate.
There's a stalemate.
Good call.
You cannot hang on the ankles if you are the top wrestler in this position.
23 seconds.
Okay, we have a start. Allen is on his feet again. Jones with the high crotch, now trying to bring him down. Allen trying to kick out.
There it is.
And a stall warning now.
Yeah, he cannot hang on the leg. He's got 13 seconds. Jones does that again, and he gets hit for a stall point. That will end this match.
13 seconds left. Allen has to get out or get a stall warning against Jones. He is on his feet again.
Now Jones picks
Jones
up the leg.
picks it up.
8 seconds.
He locks onto it. 5.
They're off.
Jones may get the ride out here. He's 4 seconds away from it. Allen has 4 seconds to get out. Jones has a stall warning.
And as we've seen, 4 seconds is enough time to get away, but you got to move.
Allen is up, trying to break the hands. He cannot.
There it is. Jones, your winner.
Adarius Jones of Moline avenges the loss at Hinsdale Central. He is your state champion in the ultimate tiebreaker.
And Jones denies Allen his second state championship.
Adarius Jones.
I'm here with Adarius Jones, the newly crowned state champ representing Moline. How's it feel?
Feels amazing. I really want to thank God first and foremost. Each match I prayed to him. I know I couldn't do it without him. Thank you so much. I want to thank my coaches, Cuff, Thompson, my mom. I want to thank everybody back home, man.
Adarius, you've been on the big stage before. You're a multiple-time All-American, but tonight here in the Assembly Hall Dome, you defeated the defending state champion. Just tell us how it feels to get that bracket board from the state of Illinois.
It feels amazing. I've lost. I haven't beaten Bryan Allen once yet, and I knew if I had God on my side, I could do it. And my coaches kept preaching, you worked harder, and I went out and I believed in myself. Didn't let them take me down, and it feels amazing to bring home that bracket.
I think adversity can hit you in 1,000 different ways. Major adversities is something that, if they haven't hit you, sooner or later will. But to be honest with you, aside from the sport of wrestling, I had never really done it in life. I have some kids with real tough lives, right, who have seen real hardship. 1 or 2% of the population are naturally driven, and the rest of us, we have to find a way to learn it.
A junior with a record of 34-11 from Dakota.
Jeff Bowers blows the whistle. We're underway.
In 2A at 106 pounds.
O'Connor with a little bit of a shot there. Renneria scrambling out.
And a junior. His opponent,
I see the point with these singlets. They're personalized. That's nice.
Yes, yeah, they've got the names on the back.
Freshman from Oak Park River Forest with a record of
Something you don't often see.
Jason Renteria, his opponent.
Renteria trying to run through that wizard. Can't do it. They come to the center.
Shot by O'Connor. Renteria a little undersized as a 106-pounder. Austin O'Connor actually wrestled up at 113 a few times during the season, certified at 106, so he's a full-sized 106-pounder.
Oh, no doubt about it. You can sort of see the size difference as you look at him. Now,
Connor with a little bit of a throw by there. Both also very good scramblers. And again, this could come down to another wild finish like we had back in November.
We've wrestled a minute.
Another shot by O'Connor.
Trying to hook a leg.
Renneria looks like he's got a whizzer in there, and he's pushing the head.
Pushing the head away, as you're always taught to do. And now.
Yep, there it is. There's your 2.
2 points for O'Connor. right there on the edge, and it's 2-0. 43 seconds left to go as Renteria is already on his feet. O'Connor stays in control.
Renteria locked on the body here. Will probably get a stalemate if something doesn't change here. There we go.
There it is. 27 seconds left in the first period. O'Connor with the first takedown of the match.
First period winding down, about 20 seconds to go. Renteria trying to get that all-important score right near the end of the period. Get that one.
Trying to scoot, but O'Connor follows him right out of bounds, and they will come back to the center with 15 seconds left.
And it may not seem like much, just a point, but it's so important to get on that board out of the, taking it, being down 2-1 versus 2-0 going into the second period is a big deal in a close
match. He grabs the leg and works through for the reversal.
2-2, ties it up.
Almost
looking for back points.
Almost put him on his back with that move. And the first period is over, and it's tied at 2.
As I said before, both these guys can scramble, and again, this could come down to just who ends up on top when the dust settles.
O'Connor wins the toss. He'll start bottom for the second period. Up to his feet. Can improve. Now he's on his feet, trying to break the hands, and well, is it going to be 1, or is it going to be 2, or is it going to be nothing? Now they're in another scramble.
Nothing, yep.
And he did.
No points.
He wouldn't take the 1, and he winds up getting nothing. So still 2-2. Renteria still on top.
And he lets her go. There it is. There's the escape. 3-2 now. That puts O'Connor back in the lead.
Snap down by O'Connor.
Looks like he's got a working a front headlock there.
For a quarter Nelson.
Yeah, quarter Nelson. And they're going to go off here, it looks like. Yeah. So 1:08 to go, back to the center, second period, 106-pound final. 3-2, O'Connor from St. Rita leads, Renteria from Oak Park River Forest.
Shot from a long way away by O'Connor, but catches the leg, trying to come out the back door.
Renteria just locking the body up, trying to hold for a stalemate. Or get into a scramble.
Right, walking into the midsection, and he's back on his feet. Great balance to get back on his feet there. Now under 45 seconds and 43 as they restarted. 3-2 the score for O'Connor.
And so far this match going pretty much what you would expect. Close match now.
Stall warning against Renteria, but he's in on a leg, trying to work across to a double.
Trying to finish.
O'Connor with the whizzer in.
He's got the whizzer in.
And reaches across.
Grabs the ankle. Looks like he's going to get the 2.
He's got a cradle in.
He's got the 2.
Had a cradle in, but he couldn't work across. Now 10 seconds left to go. 5-2 for O'Connor. 3, 2, 1, and it will be 5-2. The lead O'Connor takes to the third. Renteria is going to go down, it looks like.
And this is pretty much where we were last November. 3-point difference going into the third period.
See what Renteria can do this time.
A little bit of a roll there. O'Connor follows, though.
5-2 the lead for O'Connor.
Oh, and that could have been dangerous.
Another forward roll there, almost rolled right to his back.
And Renteria trying to come out to face. Looks like he's just about got the 1 point. There it is.
Got his head out,
There's
got the escape. So it's 5-3 with 1:32 left.
O'Connor right in after the head there.
Half shot. Renteria does have a stall warning, but he's the one that needs to score right now. He's down 5-3. Gets the 1 underhook, trying for the double underhook. And a stalemate is called. 1:12 to go.
So 5-3 still. 2-point difference. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. little snap down there, trying the cement mixer. He's not going to get it.
Not going to do it.
Oh, and he put himself
right
on
to
his
his
back.
own back.
He put himself on his back.
That forward roll was stopped so well by O'Connor. He had the leverage on it.
Well defended. And the problem with desperation moves like that is when they backfire in a bad way.
All 285 pounds.
So it's 7-3, 3 more coming on the back for Austin O'Connor of St. Rita as we tick down now under 30 seconds. Renneria trying to get out for a fresh start.
O'Connor just happy to hang on there and burn clock. And
he is out.
He's out of bounds. There we go.
Well out of bounds.
Okay, but 18 seconds left, and now there's a 7-point deficit.
So really, forward, tried that cement mixer from a very bad position.
From a bad position.
And
it bit him.
Went to his own back for 5, and that's the difference right now.
10-3, 15 seconds left. Not much he can do at this point. He might get one for the escape here, but it's pretty much over.
To his feet.
There it is.
There's the
10-4.
escape. And by a 10-4 score,
Austin O'Connor, your champ.
Austin O'Connor reverses that early season loss, and he is your champion at 106 pounds.
Austin O'Connor.
So we have had some reversals here. We had one at 285. We have another one here at 106.
I'm here with Austin O'Connor, St. Rita Mustangs, the new 106-pound state champ. Austin, how you feeling right now?
I feel great. I wanted to win that match. It was, I don't even know. It was just a great feeling.
I mean, you just beat a very dynamic wrestler in Jason Renteria, and you look like you were controlling the match. You know, you were controlling the tempo of the match. What was your thought process in the match?
I wrestled him earlier in the year, and I know I had to keep the pace on, quick pace on him the whole match. Last time I wrestled him, I lost 6-5. I gave up 3 takedowns in the third and didn't push the pace in the third, and that's why he beat me. I knew going into this match that I needed to go after him the whole time and not give up.
So, Austin, do you know your St. Rita history? When's the last time a Mustang was a state champ? Albert White.
Joanna Cooey. I don't know how many years ago. Timmy Course took second 2 years ago.
So you're going back to 79th and Western with a bracket board. Mustangs back into the state champ picture, and you got 3 more chances at a state championship, correct?
Yes.
Well, congratulations, Austin. You did a great job for the Mustangs and for yourself.
This isn't a game. There's no playbook. This is a battle.
Rossi from Lockport in the gold singlet. Silva from Plainfield South in the dark blue.
In 2A at 113, Don Swan, a junior from Oak Forest with a record of 41-1.
Rossi wrestling from his knees here. Looks like he's got an underhook. Trying a little bit of a throw by there.
Record of 43-5. Ethan Real.
Both these wrestlers from the normal West sectional.
A senior from Lockport with a record of 47-1, Brian Rossi. His opponent, a senior from Plainfield South with a record of 45-3, Miguel Silva Jr.
These are 2 guys that know each other very well from Team Illinois training camps.
With the award winners have
both seniors, both state placers, neither one with a title yet.
They did meet in the regional final with Rossi winning 3-2 in the overtime tiebreaker. That is their only meeting this year.
And I believe Rossi's only loss this year was up at 120.
Right, to Polakowski.
who we'll be seeing at 120 in the finals.
That came in the Dvorak final at 120. Rossi is in the finals. Polakowski's in the finals.
And this weight class, 113 pounds, has been acknowledged as one of, if not the toughest weight class at state this year.
Yeah, many state caliber, place winner caliber wrestlers here. And
Rossi
Rossi
with a turn, got two. Did he get the backs?
Had the seat belt for the takedown.
Looks like they're going to confer here real quick.
Just the takedown is all they give. So 2-0 the lead for Rossi. "20 seconds left in the first period as Silva trying to get out. Stands up. Rossi brings him back down. Now throws in the legs.
Rossi, an excellent leg rider.
Final 5 seconds of the first period. They go out of bounds with 3 seconds left to go. And Rossi will take, sat right back and tilted him. A little more time, may have gotten some points.
Some back points there, yes.
But he will take a 2-0 lead into the second period, and he'll start down.
And he's out.
Both these wrestlers are committed. As far as their college choices go, both signed in November. Rossi was Stanford, and Silva was Central Michigan.
Central Michigan maybe not as well known as some of the power schools in the Big Ten, but with a phenomenal wrestling program and one that picks up a lot of Illinois kids.
Yes, they do. 3-0 the lead for Rossi. Minute 15 to go. Trying to improve off that right side underhook. Can't do it right now. He seat belted him to his back in the first period. Only got the takedown out of it, but it's the difference in the match right now. And they go out of bounds with wrestling a year-round endeavor for the vast majority of these guys.
Yeah, most of the guys, when you see them at this level, it's pretty much a year-round ordeal for them. They may take a break at the end of the high school season, but then the off-season starts right away with the international styles, freestyle and Greco-Roman, and culminating in the national duels, Fargo. And they wrestle at all 3 levels, the schoolboy, cadet, and junior.
29 seconds left in the second period. Illinois, of course, at the cadet and junior levels last summer, a perfect 8 for 8 in the national duels and at Fargo. First time that's ever been done by any state. So a lot of good feelings here in the land of Lincoln about the guys are doing it. Another seat belt there, a little lateral. 10 seconds left in the second period.
Brings him back again.
Boy, sits right back with that tilt again.
And there goes the legs. He looks like he's trying to
cradle there. But the second period is over. 5-0 the lead for Rossi.
In a neutral position.
Smart decision by Silva. He knows how tough on top Rossi is, and he's been ridden a good bit of this match. Why waste any more energy for a point? Let's take our chances on our feet.
Here we go, third period.
So Silva trying to pick up the pace a little bit here. A couple of half shots.
Silva attacking, but Rossi doing a good job keeping him tied up there, using the underhook. Underhook wrist, or he'll go underhook elbow.
Silva needs to get an angle there. Shooting straight underneath Rossi is not going to work.
It's not going to work. He needs space and he needs an angle.
Minute 10 left to go. And they go out of bounds.
Mummy, to cover up the blood. I mean, just
I think
no more chances.
I think we've all sat through those matches that feel like they go 25 or 30 minutes, and another seatbelt try here by Rossi. Stopped by Silva.
Yeah, Silva's unable to take advantage of it, and Rossi
down to 45 seconds now.
Rossi near the edge, and he's just content to sit there and let the clock burn and wait on the referee to restart.
Yeah, that's
oh, and he comes around with a
wow!
Nice
what
move.
A great reshot by Rossi
move.
to come around and just take the double when Silva just stopped
Silva
for a
relaxed.
second.
He relaxed near the edge of the mat. The referee hadn't blown the whistle, and bang, gave up the takedown.
And now with 30 seconds left to go, Rossi in the driver's seat with a 7-0 lead. Silva up. Rossi drops down to the ankle, trying to work across. He does, and takes him out of bounds with 20 seconds left.
7-0 at this point. Silva's got to get out right away.
Up to his feet. And Rossi brings him back down.
Rossi riding tough, and 10 seconds to go.
Ranked number 9 in the country, Brian Rossi of Lockport is going to finish his career ranked number 1 in the state of Illinois with a 7-0 decision.
And your champion, Class 3A.
So Brian Rossi of Lockport is your 3A champion at 113 pounds.
Brian Rossi, the newly crowned state champion from Lockport. The Porters on the top of the podium tonight. Just tell me how you're feeling, Brian.
Just ecstatic, you know. It's hard to describe this moment. I'm just trying to keep my emotions in check. I've worked so hard for this. Just to be able to get on the top of that podium is such a huge thing for me.
You know, you look like you were controlling that match tonight, basically a shutout. What did you do that helped you stop that kid from defeating you tonight?
Honestly, it's just all in the mindset. I came into this tournament knowing it's my last tournament, so I just wanted to go out there and do everything give everything I had, because I knew it's my last shot. So for every match, I just told myself to have fun and don't put too much pressure on myself. And because of that, I was able to control every position.
Hi, I'm Lee Kemp, 3-time world champion and Olympic wrestling coach. When I was an athlete, I looked for any type of edge I could get, and nutrition was that edge for me as an athlete. And I created the company Forza to help athletes get that nutritional edge. And when I finished competing, I wanted to do something that would allow me to be involved in wrestling and give something back to wrestling. So I created the company Forza. Forza is a nutritional company that allows me to pursue a great passion that I have of nutrition. ForzaByKemp.com.
Interesting to note, too, about Chris Williams. He's a junior. He's taking a shot at his 3rd state title. State champ at 103 pounds 2 years ago. State champ last year at 113, this year at 120. If he should win this, he'll have a shot next year to be a 4-timer.
In our next 2 matches here on the 3A mat, you will watch wrestlers attempting to win a 4th state title. In both of those matches, Johnny Jimenez of Marmion Academy, Jared Cortez of Glenbard North, and we have another wrestler in the 1A mat attempting to make history over at the 132-pound weight class, Josh Alber of Dakota trying to finish a career undefeated, which nobody in the history of Illinois wrestling has ever done. And if he does it, we're going to acknowledge him here on the 3A broadcast, even though we're not directly covering that, Matt, because that's history and the 76-year variety of history.
And it would be interesting to note that even though Alber is a Class 1A wrestler for Dakota, he has beaten the top 2A and 3A wrestlers in numerous weight classes over the years.
He's beaten the two guys we're going to see in the next two weight classes, as Williams, a nice little quick shot there, trying to, he's got Polakowski up in the air trying to finish that.
Polakowski, very tough to score on.
30 seconds left in the first period.
And he's out, no points.
Polakowski, the winning takedown with just 19 seconds left in the semifinals to beat Mark Dude of Marist 5-3. And Williams has had 2 one-point matches in a row, so both these guys, no strangers to close matches. As we finish the first period, scoreless between Williams and Polakowski. Polakowski's one loss came to A.J. Jaffe of Marmion back in the Barrington tournament. That was the very start of the year, and that was in the finals of that tournament. And Polakowski hasn't lost since.
Has not lost since. 42-1, and he's a senior. Williams 30-0, a junior.
And Williams is out. He leads 1-0.
An interesting note in a contrast of schools, Chris Williams from Thornwood, a south suburb, not really known for wrestling. On the other hand, Polakowski from Libertyville, which has a phenomenal high school wrestling tradition.
Dale Eggert, one of the grand marshals for this state championships, the Grand Parade of finalists that preceded these matches, and he won his 500th victory this year, but he hasn't had a state champion, as Polakowski with that reshot spins around, trying to keep Williams on the mat and trying to finish.
Coming out the back door.
He could do it. He's sitting into him.
Trying to go for a defensive pin, maybe. No, he's going to try and turn in.
Still
Williams hanging on.
Nice lockup by Williams, and it is a stalemate.
Oh, no, we've got a point. We've got a point for something, a technical.
Technical violation against Williams. I
didn't see it. And for Polakowski, an interesting situation. If you escape right away, then maybe you give Williams a chance to take you down. If you escape with just a few seconds left on the clock, you can win it 2-1 and not give him a shot at any offense.
I don't think that's what Polakowski's thinking
right now.
I think he wants to get out and get out now, and now a stall warning against Williams.
Williams had the ankle hooked, and that's one of those things that referees look at. Parallel riding, hooking the ankle, or laying back on the legs, you can't do. You'll get called for stalling if you're on the top position.
Not trying to improve his position, just
now
riding.
He's got that ankle hooked again, only this time there he traded off, went to a tight waist.
Down to 50 seconds now. Polakowski still trying for an escape, which could potentially give him the win. It is 1-1. And he is on his feet, trying to rip that hand of Williams, who brings him back down.
Williams riding tough.
Now down to 30 seconds.
Williams doing an excellent job of riding so far. Polakowski unable to get his stomach off the mat right now.
Williams has not tried to ride anybody in this tournament. We've been watching his matches closely, but he's come up with almost 2 minutes of really tough riding here, as Polakowski is out, but not in bounds.
Off the mat, 11 seconds. Third period, 11 seconds. Polakowski could get the escape and get the win.
Okay, Polakowski trying to get to his feet. Williams grabs the ankle. He is on his feet now, trying to break the hands. 3, 2, 1, and when he needed the ride out,
he got
Chris Williams got it.
And now we're going sudden death overtime.
Overtime.
It is 1-1 as we go to the 1 minute on the feed overtime.
Williams doing a good job of making up for a mistake, getting the ride out in the third period and sending this to overtime.
And Polakowski really never came close to getting out. He was on his feet, but Williams always had him near the edge where all he could do was run out of bounds, still in control. But now he does have a warning for stalling, however, and Polakowski is trying to keep him at the edge, trying to get another call, as with 29 seconds left, they come back to the center.
If I'm Polakowski, being that I just got ridden out the third period, I would want to end it here in sudden death and not go into the other 2 periods.
He almost was able to spin behind after stopping that shot by Williams, but couldn't do it. Now gives up the front headlock. 10 seconds left to go. Will Williams try something here? He will not.
So we're going to go to the 2 30-second overtime periods.
And Williams has the choice. He'll go down. Now can Polakowski get a ride out? Williams sits out, trying for a switch. And he may have it here. Well, Polakowski still has the whizzer in, so no change.
Yeah, there's no loss of control technically.
15 seconds
left.
left.
It may look like it.
15 seconds left. Polakowski still in control there, but once he gave up that whizzer,
there it is.
He gave up one.
So that now puts Williams in the lead, 2-1.
So now Polakowski will have to get an escape, and he was ridden out in the third period, a full 2 minutes. So let's see what Williams can do here.
No first move by Polakowski.
Should it go to an overtime ultimate tiebreaker, Williams would have the choice. The clock started late, I think.
And Williams working a head
lever. Talking about.
He's got that arm back there, and Polakowski flat on his stomach. You can't get away from there. He's got to pace up.
15 seconds to go.
He's running out of time, and Williams doing an excellent job of riding again. Got him broken down flat.
3, 2.
And there it is.
That's it. Yeah, they ran off 5 seconds because they clocked the 5 seconds late. The referees caught it.
Your third time state champ from Thornwood, Chris Williams.
He got 2 rideouts when he needed them.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Both of these guys are explosive, and it's not over. This is going to be a great match.
Well, I think
if you're John Marmoleo, or I look at John Marmoleo and I say, 44-1 any other year.
Yep.
And again, these are the 2 guys who've been the 2 best at this weight class all year long, and they're meeting in the final. So it's a weight class that kind of went pretty much like we expected.
Jimenez, who is committed to the University of Wisconsin, signed in November, ranked number 11 by Win Magazine.
A senior from Marmion Academy, Johnny Jimenez with a record of 41-3. His opponent, a senior from Lombard North with a record of 44-1. John Marmoleo.
And again, Marmoleo's lone loss coming to Jimenez at Dvorak in the finals.
We've wrestled 50 seconds. No score. Now Jimenez in on the leg.
And one thing you can say,
converts it for a takedown.
He wrestles at a very high pace. You will not see this whole match, you will not see Jimenez slow down.
Right away out to the side. trying to get a half in there. Two to nothing for Jimenez. Trying to work a power half, it looks like. Now down to 30 seconds. And with 24 left, they come back to the center.
Get your turn! Get your turns!
And both these wrestlers coming from schools that wrestle extremely tough schedules, both in-state and out of state. Glenbard North competing in the Clash this year. Marmion Academy going out to the Ironman, one of 3 Illinois schools that participated in that tournament. When you hear me mention the Walsh Jesuit Ironman, it's considered the toughest in-season individual format tournament in the country.
Should Jimenez win this match, and he's winning 2-0 at the end of the period, and he'll start the second period on his feet. Marmoleo says, I don't want to try and ride him, I want him up. It's 3-0. He will become the 12th four-time state champion in Illinois history. We last had one in 2009 when Seth Milks did it for Dakota in 1A.
And we interviewed him earlier in the year after the sectional finals last weekend, and asked him, do you know how many four-timers there's been? And he said 11. He knew.
He knows his history.
He knew.
He leads 3-0. 30 seconds into the second period.
A shot by Marmoleo. It looks like we got a little bit of poke in the eye there.
Let's go.
We're back underway. Best shot of the match for Marmoleo.
Quarter Nelson by Jimenez, and yep, they're off the mat. Unable to finish.
So 1:03 left in the second.
You notice Marmoleo with the blonde dyed hair, and that's Glenbard North tradition come state series.
Yeah, they've dyed their hair for the state series ever since I can remember.
Yeah, it's part of the gold dot tradition. And don't ask them what gold dot stands for, because I won't tell you.
30 seconds left in the second period. 3-0 the lead for Jimenez, looking for his 4th state title, trying to become the 12th wrestler in Illinois history to accomplish it. Now down to the final 10 seconds.
Despite the 3-0 score, Jimenez pretty much controlling the action. We'll take that 3-0 lead into the third period.
Marmoleo will start down.
That's good caution.
Caution against Marmoleo. You're allowed 2 of those for if there were false starts or improper starting positions. A third one and any successive ones would be a point and getting into the penalty point series, but just 1 right now. Jimenez trying to bring Marmoleo back down to the mat. They go out of bounds.
And now referees, if you don't mat return right away, you will get warned for stalling. Sometimes it's better to just let them loose if you can't bring them down.
Right away, Marmoleo back to the feet. And
off the mat.
Yeah, I think Jimenez is getting close to a stall warning here if the same thing happens, and Marmoleo is back on his feet. And now Jimenez trying to bring him back, and they are on the edge. Once again back on his feet is Marmoleo. Almost able to spin out and face him.
Jimenez doing just a good enough job of riding as to not get warned for stalling, but at the same time not give up the escape.
Yeah, it's Marmoleo hasn't had any trouble getting to his feet.
Just can't get the separation.
Now the shoulder roll, and almost rolled right into a near fall situation. May yet, but Marmoleo.
Could have been dangerous. That could have been dangerous.
Jimenez unable to keep the half. Now the stall warning against Jimenez, just riding. Minute 3 is still left to go. Right away.
Into a spiral ride. And now he just let it, he's gonna let him go. Yeah. Good idea.
That's the stall warning. Doesn't want to give up a point.
Build your lead. Build your lead.
So 50 seconds to go, third period. 3-1. Under a minute towards history. And the burden now still on Marmoleo. On his feet, he's got to attack, and Jimenez can counter, and as long as he circles, he stays active.
Great job of stopping that shot by Jimenez. Has the leg up in the air on the reshot, trying to kick it out.
He's gonna get.
Got the single. Couldn't walk up the.
Quite get it. Couldn't quite get it.
They're out of bounds with 20 seconds left.
Come on, Johnny. Wrestle.
Marmoleo locks on the leg.
10
Jimenez
seconds.
pushes him away. And out of bounds with 8 seconds left. That's all that separates Jimenez from history. Now down to 5 seconds.
Marmoleo tried a desperation move, give up the takedown, and that's
the lateral
gives
up the takedown.
5-1.
And Johnny Jimenez of Marmion Academy, 4-time state champion number 12 in Illinois history, and the first since 2009.
I'm standing here with the newest Illinois 4-time state champ, Johnny Jimenez, and his dad, Walt Jimenez.
Thank you.
Just what are you thinking right now, son?
I'm so happy. I'm so proud to be wrestling for this state. I appreciate everything everyone's done for me over the years. Everyone who's cheered for me and supported me. I'm so happy just to give back to the sport. It's showing that all my hard work pays off. And if you want something this bad, I guarantee you're gonna get it if you work for it.
And Dad, we know that wrestling is a family sport, and one of the reasons your son is here is because of your support and your family. Just how do you feel right now with all that you've put into your son and the Marmion program?
It's just the most amazing feeling in the world. I'm delighted. I'm so proud of him. His mother, our grandmother, our brothers, sisters, everybody that's been there for him and for us, his coaches, his trainers. I just can't even tell you how appreciative I am, but how proud I am of my son. He's a hard worker, and I love him to death.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. You won a title at 106, 113, 120, and then tonight. Which one was the hardest one to do?
Hardest one, would have to be this year. I had so much pressure on me. And, I talked to the other wrestlers competing for the 4th, and it's just an unbelievable amount of pressure that no one else knows. Nobody knows how hard it is to fight through that pressure. No matter how tough you are, that will come down on you, and it shows that I'm the man, and I'm a man to prove that I came through that, and I fought through the pressure.
The Illinois Wrestling Coaches and Officials Association is the professional organization for wrestling coaches and officials in the state of Illinois. The IWCOA recognizes the accomplishments of groups and individuals at their annual All-State and Hall of Fame banquets, as well as sponsors the Fresh Off State Tournament Series, the Midwest Nationals Wrestling Tournament, and the Illinois-Indiana All-Star Duels, which take place this coming Sunday, March 16th at Hinsdale South High School. To learn more about the IWCOA and their membership benefits, visit iwcoa.illinoismatmen.com.
And the loss to Gross, of course, up a weight at 138. So only one of those two losses at the weight he's wrestling at now. Right in on the leg is Cortez.
Wasting no time.
And
Nelson doing an excellent job of defending.
Nelson fights it off.
And again, Cortez with the dyed blonde hair. The Glenbard North postseason signature. In on a leg. Can he finish this time?
He is kind of close to the edge. He needs to bring Nelson back in. Trying to do that. And can't. Minute 11 left in the first period. Still scoreless between Cortez and Nelson.
And Glenbard North, again, a school with a huge wrestling tradition. Seems like they're in the mix every year. They always have one or two guys in the individual state tournament battling for a title, and it seems like they're always in the mix in dual team state.
Double from a long way away there by Cortez, can't connect. And they go out of bounds with 46 seconds left in the second period.
Now, I would say Coach Hahn over at Glenbard North has done a great job with that program. And Cortez in on a double.
There it is.
Can
Trying
he finish?
to finish it.
And
Nelson has the whizzer in.
He's got the whizzer in. No points.
And can't do it. So Nelson once again fights off a Cortez takedown shot. Cortez may have to win this one on the mat.
Well, Lincoln Way Central having a pretty decent tournament here too, with a few placers, and Nelson here in the finals. Winners of their regional, so they will be advancing to team sectionals.
Once again, Cortez in on the leg.
No score.
Cannot finish. And it is a scoreless first period between Cortez and Nelson.
Cortez in deep numerous times, but unable to finish. Nelson doing an excellent job of defending.
Josh Alber is ahead 4-1 in the 1A mat after one period. So all systems go with him. Nelson cuts Cortez loose. So Cortez leads 1-0.
Interesting that we could have two four-timers simultaneously, one in 1A and one in 3A here.
Yeah.
Probably hasn't happened very often.
Don't expect that to happen again anytime soon. As competitive as wrestling is in this state. 1-0 the lead for Cortez.
Cortez so far a lot of effort offensively with little to show for it, but leading 1-0.
Now he's in on a leg again, trying to pull it in.
And
trying
he
to work
for that
across
far
a double.
ankle.
And now he has broken the whizzer, but not able to finish.
Can't stay in bound. Now here they're going to confirm.
Now we're going to talk. Is there?
No points. No points.
No fleeing and no points. So with 1:08 left, they go at it again. Cortez has not been able to score, to hit a move in a place where he could keep Nelson in bounds.
And again, a Nelson, huge underdog in this match, but doing a good job of keeping the score close and giving himself a chance to win, not letting it get out of hand. Because Cortez is the kind of wrestler, particularly on the mat, he's got a great tilt, and he can rack points up if he gets on a run and put the match out of control in a minute.
He salted away the match against Bobby Alexander of Conant last night by riding him out for about the last 3.5 minutes of the match after almost getting thrown to his back early in that second period. So he has that in his back pocket if he needs it. Now down to 12 seconds, 11, under 10 now in the second period. Cortez has not been able to take Nelson down in 2 periods.
Been close. He's been close numerous times, just couldn't quite finish.
But he does lead 1-0. And the second period is over. So now Nelson will go down. Will Cortez try for the ride out?
Or turn. We'll see how aggressive Cortez gets on top here. If he just tries to ride him out, or if he's going to go for a tilt or back points.
Right away, Nelson is on his feet.
Give him a chance, and there he tried to work that tilt.
Yep.
He's going to try and bring him back.
He did bring it back. He's got the half. He's got the 2-on-1, but Nelson is back on his feet again.
Nelson doing a good job of getting off the mat, because you don't want to be down on the mat against Cortez.
Josh Alber, by the way, has extended his lead to 16-5 on the 1A mat.
So Cortez clinging to a 1-0 lead. Nelson up right away.
Cortez brings him back down. He has been able to get the riding when he needs it.
Nice. He's got that wrist trap. He's trying to snake the arm over there and get that tilt going.
Nelson to his feet again. And now he's out. So with 1:20 left, we have a 1-1 match. No wrestler who has won 3 state titles and gone to the state tournament as a senior has ever failed to win a 4th.
You know, I notice Cortez on the left leg there has got a pretty heavy brace going.
He's having a hard time pushing off on that.
That could be one of the
Swing
reasons.
single now by Cortez.
Could be one of the reasons he's having a hard time
unable to finish. Yep, that left knee has been bothering him for some time. The injury time is over. Cortez used 55 seconds.
Well, here we go. 45 seconds to go. 1-1, third period.
Cortez has had several shots, pretty good ones, not able to drive and finish. 35 seconds left to go. Still 1-1 the score.
There's a nice double leg.
Got a double leg, but couldn't drive off it.
Nelson back, got the hips back in a hurry. Got a front headlock.
20 seconds left. And potentially dangerous there. Dan Fulcher stops it. 18 seconds left to go. Now down to 5 seconds.
Now it looks like we're headed to sudden death.
Joey Nelson of Lincoln Way Central has taken the 3-time state champion Jared Cortez to overtime.
Here we go, sudden death.
1 minute on the clock. Half shot by Cortez.
Close, again,
Again underneath, can't drive through. And off the mat with 43 seconds left to go.
And I would say this season and this tournament, this state tournament, a contrast to last year where Cortez just blew through the competition.
Oh, he had a high crotch, he had a double, he couldn't finish either one.
Couldn't finish. He's got the underhook there. Is he going to try to? Went for a far ankle pick. Can he finish it?
Yeah. Can he drive through it?
Can he drive?
He is trying to. It doesn't look like it's going to happen.
They're going to call him off.
17 seconds left. How many shots has Cortez had that he cannot finish because he can't drive off that leg? Now down to 10 seconds.
Nelson so far has been able to defend everything that Cortez has thrown at him. And
now
he
a good
shoots.
shot by Nelson. 2-1. We're flipping the disc for the 30-second tiebreakers. And Cortez with the choice. He'll take down.
Now
we could be seeing history here in more ways than one. Right to his feet is Cortez. And the shoulder roll, not out yet.
Now this is interesting. If he can convert the reversal here, that's
there
2
it
points.
Is. There's the reversal for Cortez, and he has a 3-1 lead. Now he can give up an escape if he needs to.
If he has to.
In the other 30-second tiebreaker, and he would win his 4th state title. That one is over.
No points.
Do they? Well, they're
no points. No points.
No points. Wow. Great effort by Nelson there to get out at the buzzer. Very, very close to an escape. Dan Fulcher says, after conferring with the assistant, says no, sir. And we go to the second 30-second tiebreaker with Cortez leading 3-1.
And Cortez
now,
pretty good at riding.
Will he try to ride out Nelson? He brings him back down. Down to 20 seconds now.
Nelson head on the mat, not a good sign.
Nelson needs to
come up,
get his head up. Down to 10 seconds. And a stall warning against Cortez.
Yeah.
11 seconds make it.
Yeah, he needed to come outside. He was back on the ankle there, parallel riding, and again, referees will call that.
So let's see what happens in the final 11 seconds. Stops his first move. Now down to 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
That's going to do it.
State champion, 4-time state champion number 14 will be Jared Cortez of Glenbard North. A game, gritty effort by Joey Nelson of Lincoln Way Central, but Jared Cortez wins his 4th
state champ. This time it's Jared Cortez, Glenbard North. Jared, you got the job done tonight. 4 bracket boards on the wall, and you did it on your new home mat.
It's an amazing feeling right now. I couldn't have done it without my family. You know, a lot of these medals and championships, they come. You only see the face of it and the champ, but there's a lot of support behind it. Couldn't have done this without my family. My mom, dad, my sister believed in me. My grandparents, ATI physical therapy, Tyler, Dr. Feldman helped me out with my knee. I tore my MCL 2 weeks ago, or 2.5 weeks ago, and had to battle through it. Had to fight some adversity. This is definitely the toughest state title I've ever had to chase because of that. And you just got to change your tactics up a little bit and be positive.
Going into this match, what was your plan?
Get my hand raised.
There you have it, Illinois. It's pretty simple. Jared Cortez, a 4-time state champion, representing Glenbard North, the Panthers, at the top of the podium tonight.
Thanks.
This isn't a game. There's no playbook. This is a battle.
A sophomore, a 3rd placer finisher last year as a freshman, 37-4 this year. All 4 of his losses coming out of state, in out-of-state competition, at the Ironman and at the Clash, and at the Detroit Central Catholic Super Duels.
These two did meet in their duel at Washington earlier this year, White won that match by a score of 3-1.
Close match.
So no reason not to expect another close match here.
His opponent, a junior with a record of 42-6.
Contrast in styles here. Lavelle, a brawler, hard-nosed wrestler. White, fast. Great hips, quick. You can't take a bad shot on him because he'll go behind in a second.
They go out of bounds. A minute 21 left in the first quarter. Period. Whatever it is we use in wrestling.
White now the second finalist for Oak Park River Forest. Renneria fell short at 106 pounds.
So what that means is we will not see a record set for the most 3A champions in the highest classification in the state. That was 4.
We could see it tied, but not broken.
See it. They could tie it with 4 wins. .42 seconds left as they come back to the center.
White, member of an Oak Park River Forest High School team that currently is ranked 2nd in the nation. Finished 3rd at the Ironman, 2nd at the Clash. Went to the Detroit Catholic Central Super Duels, went 4-0 on the day. And one thing interesting to note, with wins over Class 2A Montini and Class 1A Dakota. And those two teams, basically the #1 ranked teams in their respective class. No score. Lavelle keeping it close.
And the first period is over with no score. And White will start on the bottom as we start the second period. Marist also nationally ranked, number 17 right now by Win Magazine.
And a very good possibility next Saturday these two teams could see each other.
It would be, of course, for the second time this season.
No score. White was close to scoring there.
He does have the escape. Almost able to spin behind for the takedown. Couldn't do it. It's 1-0.
And White, another type of wrestler, will push the pace. He'll stay real active on his feet, hands, hips, a lot of motion. There's a shot.
Trying to pull it in now. And Lavelle locks through the crotch. White still has the double, but Lavelle, now he turns into him, trying to break the hands of Lavelle. Under a minute left to go in the second period, and Jason Sally calls a stalemate. 58 seconds left as they come back to the center.
So twice, White close to scoring, but unable to finish.
White has the only point of the match. Trying to tip Lavelle.
And he does.
And
there's 2.
Turns the corner for 2. It's 3-0.
Going right for the tilt. He's going right for the tilt.
Trying to get a 2-on-1 underneath there. Trying to work down to the wrist.
Trying to, and he's also trying to get that knee in to get that leverage to pull him over.
5 seconds left in the second period. And White will take a 3-0 lead to period number 3.
And Lavelle has been warned for stalling. And he's going to choose bottom. 3-1 with the escape.
White doing a good job of keeping Lavelle's back to the edge of the mat, but of course, if you shoot there, chances are you're not going to be able to finish it in bounds. Right. Nice shot there by Lavelle, but again, he couldn't keep White in bounds.
And the problem is Lavelle down 3-1. Needs to take a shot to score.
Nice spin behind to the single. White whizzes him away. Down to a minute left to go.
White just kind of hanging on there. Lavelle trying to work up.
Lavelle trying to pull him back in. Can't do it. Another stalemate.
Now Lavelle has to be careful he doesn't take a bad or desperation shot, because White is so quick he will go behind in a blink of an eye.
Under 50 seconds left to go. 3-1 the lead for Isaiah White of Oak Park River Forest. And out of bounds again. Down to 42 seconds.
White doing a good job of controlling the mat space. He's had Lavelle backed up towards the edge of the mat, and Lavelle needing to score, unable to do it backing up.
22 seconds left to go. Half shot by Lavelle. And White takes him to the edge, tries another shot.
8 seconds.
Again, they go to the edge. Now down to 5.
And White can take a stall warning here, won't hurt him a bit.
3-1.
There it is.
The score and the championship for Isaiah White of Oak Park River Forest.
I'm standing here with Isaiah White, newly crowned 138-pound state champ, Oak Park Huskies, on the podium tonight. Sophomore, just talk about all the hard work it took to get to this point, Isaiah.
Woo, much hard work. Beginning of the year, started off a little slow, a little flat, but I had to pick it up towards that. After the clash, after the Ironman, I had to pick it up. I knew I wasn't where I needed to be. I had to find my peak. I just kept going. I would do extra, everything I needed to do to make sure I had my state title.
I think adversity can hit you in 1,000 different ways. Major adversities is something that, if they haven't hit you, sooner or later will. But to be honest with you, aside from the sport of wrestling, I had never really done it in life. I have some kids with real tough lives who have seen real hardship. 1 or 2% of the population are naturally driven, and the rest of us, we have to find a way to learn it.
145 pounds is ready to start.
Here we go.
Ferdy Silva of Hononegah in the purple singlet. Larry Early in the dark blue with the orange OP.
At 145 and 2A. A senior with a record of 38.5 from Montini, Chris
Early,
Garcia.
third in the state freshman year, runner-up last year, and you don't see many guys with 7 losses in a season that are nationally ranked, but Early is. Wynn has a number 15.
Yeah, granted that the 7 losses all came, for the most part, to nationally ranked competition.
That's what happens when you wrestle a real schedule. You tend to lose matches.
And Early, a 5th place Ironman finisher. runner-up at the Rex Whitlatch tournament. 2 losses to Montini's Chris Garcia this year, both close matches.
Involved a little bit of controversy in that semifinal match last night against Eric Barone of Crystal Lake South, where he had to ride him out in the ultimate tiebreaker to get the win. He was ridden out by Barone in the first 30 seconds. He managed to ride out Barone in the next 30 seconds, and Barone had the choice. And after an very early stalemate, managed to get the 30-second ride out, win the match, and make his way here. But that was a very dramatic conclusion to that match.
That was a wild match. Silva rocked in Hononegah, a sophomore, with a record of 44-4. Early, a junior, as mentioned before, 34-7.
Silva had a great run at the Clash. Not only went 6-0, which not a lot of guys do up there, but he beat 2 nationally ranked kids to do it. So he put himself on the map there. He's ridden that to the state finals as Early tried the throw by, and Silva able to keep in the whizzer and avoid being taken down as the first period ends. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake there.
Deferring with no score.
Never want to defer when the match is scoreless, because that could make a difference if we go to the ultimate tiebreaker. But it's what's done is done, and Early will start on the bottom.
A little roll, and he's out.
And Early has that first point. We'll see if that comes back to be important in this match. Now Early is down on the single.
And
has a high
trying
crotch.
to finish.
Has the double.
Silva still clinging to a whizzer, but there's the 2.
Got rid of the whizzer, got the 2, it's 3-0.
Early, the third of the 5 Oak Park finalists, as mentioned before. Now, Oak Park had 5 placers early in the day, and with the 5 in the finals, will finish the day with 10 placers in the individual state tournament.
That's a record in Class 3A. The old record was 8 by St. Rita back about a decade ago.
And interesting enough, St. Rita's head coach, Dan Manzella, a member of that team.
He was one of those 8th-place winners.
Yeah, he finished 3rd. And interestingly enough, they didn't have a champ on that team. They had 1 finalist, and he lost. 8 placers, but no champs. And then went on to win dual team state.
Which I would expect any team with 8 placers winners to do. That's usually 8 wins in a duel, which is usually all you need. But now Silva able to spin out, face early, and get the escape. It's 3-1.
All 138 place winners who should be reporting to the awards area.
Under 40 seconds to go, second period.
So Silva on the board, 3-1 score.
.20 seconds left in the second period as they come back to the center. Early with the 3-1 lead. And drops down to the ankle pick. Works across to the double and gets the take double. Gets the takedown, it's 5-1, and that was big coming at the end of the period.
Right, with just 5 seconds to go in the period, scores a takedown, 2 more points, takes a 5-1 lead into the third period. One thing you notice early with those long arms, does a great job of hitting that low ankle and then reaching across and transitioning into that double leg.
Silva will start on the bottom. He trails 5-1. And we're underway here in the third period. And Silva almost had the switch to the ankle, but does get the point for the escape. It's 5-2.
We're going to come back to the center here, 5-2, plenty of time left.
These two did meet in the Sandberg duels, with Early winning 14-7, and he leads 5-2 here. Trying to throw him by.
Yeah, do that little arm shot.
Boy, look at the length of those arms being able to pull Silva back on the mat. They do go out of bounds, though, with 1:20 left to go. Now under a minute to go.
And a little ankle trip there, missed, but looks like he's going to get the go behind.
Yeah, Silva got the 2-on-1, but he slipped off it. And now Early stepping over and getting the takedown, and it's 7-2. He's finally managed to open it up a little bit here.
He seemed very comfortable on his feet, and Silva, he had a tough time defending. You know, Early would reach in, get a hold of something, pull it in, be able to finish.
Under 30 seconds left to go now.
Silva, the first of two Rockton Hononegah finalists.
The second one we'll see at 170.
Also against an Oak Park River Forest wrestler.
Under 10 seconds to go. He was third his freshman year, second as a sophomore, and as a junior. Larry Early of Oak Park River Forest is the state champion at 145 pounds.
And that'll be two for Oak Park in the finals.
I'm here with Larry Early, the newly crowned 145-pound state champ, Oak Park Huskies. You guys just ran off back-to-back state champions, your practice partner. You and him both got it done tonight. What's it like to see both you and your partner get the job done?
It's been what we've been training for all year. We're going super hard in that Huff Hall. Now and earlier in the year, getting extra after practice. That's what we've been training for.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Both of these guys are explosive, and it's not over. This is going to be a great match.
We move on to 152, and except for a ultimate tiebreaker as a sophomore, Bryce Brill of Mount Carmel might be going for a fourth state title. As it is, he's going for a third against Nate Higgins of Belleville West. Higgins was third in the state at this weight last year. And Brill, of course, two-time state champion, looking for a third, and spins behind for the takedown. He leads 2-0.
Watching Brill wrestle, the word machine comes to mind.
He's just perpetual motion.
Interesting to note, too, Brill's first state championship as a freshman came when he was at Marmion Academy with Cortez and with Jimenez, the two four-time state champs we saw tonight.
Another takedown for Brill. It's 4-1.
Brill, not just ranked #1 in the state,
ranked #1 nationally.
And
signed in November with Northwestern, part of the early signing class that the Wildcats had that was ranked #1 by Win Magazine. He was a major reason why.
with two other number one ranked wrestlers, Johnny Sebastian at 182 pounds from Bergen Catholic in New Jersey, and Mitchik, what school is he from? Indiana?
From Hanover Central.
Yeah, 126 pounder from Hanover Central, Indiana, ranked number one. So I'd say Drew Periano did a pretty good job for himself.
Yeah, spectacularly good class for Drew, and recruiting has obviously always been one of his strengths, and never more so than this year so far.
And the way Brill wrestles, he pretty much turns it into a track meet.
Third takedown of the match for Brill. He leads 6-2.
And actually, you could talk about Bryce's last two seasons, this season and last season, without literally heaping a ton of superlatives on it. Undefeated, faced national competition, in-state competition, didn't just win, but dominated.
Exactly. I mean, you look at, I'm turning to his record against the other tough competition in Illinois that he's faced. I don't see a win by less than 9 points here.
Well,
he may not have a decision this season.
He doesn't. It's all been major decisions or better, and undefeated last year, undefeated this year. I'm not sure what his match-winning streak is going back. Of course, he lost that final match his sophomore year at
it would
State.
Yeah, right. So obviously it was. It came to an end that sophomore year. So 49-0 last year. He'll finish the individual part of the season 45-0. So
wow.
It'll be 94 in a row.
That's impressive.
And of course, his team will be competing in the dual sectional on Tuesday, so he could extend that.
Yeah, actually, from what I understand, he hasn't even had an offensive point scored on him this year.
Right to the back.
It's all been, escapes. When you mention Higgins, third place finisher last year, here in a finals match as a senior, and just looks overmatched.
A 15-6 major decision over Luke Fortuna of Montini, who's in the finals on the 2A mat. He's teched him twice. He's majored him twice. 14-5 over Corello of Marmion, who he's majored twice and teched, I believe. So,
won by fall over the third place finisher, Matt Rundle of Oak Park River Forest, at the Rex Whitlatch.
Sure.
So he's dominated all his in-state competition this season, and for the most part last season too.
12-4, he cuts him. Doesn't want to mess around on the mat with him. It's 12-5. So it looks like he's headed for bonus point territory against Higgins as well, with 40 seconds left in the second period.
45-pound place winners.
Shot.
The awards area. All 145
The thing is, he's not just shooting, he's finishing every single shot.
Doesn't necessarily look quick, but boy, is he. I mean, how many guys could take a shot from that far away, and you look like lightning? Most guys that do that are just going to get stopped at the knee, but there's power behind that shot.
Yeah, and at 14-5, we're already in bonus point in a major decision.
Right. Down to 20 seconds now in the second period. Trying to spiral him back to the mat. Brings him back. "11 seconds left in the second period. Just looks like a hard workout for Brill.
And Brill will join, winning this, if he wins his state title, will join a very, very elite group of Mount Carmel wrestlers who have won multiple state titles.
Already a part of that club. He'll join a little bit higher club than that. Higgins has ridden him for 16 seconds. Higgins got to the finals by avenging a Hinsdale Central loss, beating Rundle 6-5 in the semis.
And looks like Brill with the escape.
That makes it 15-5. Ranked #1 nationally. Already signed with Northwestern. He'll be staying in the Chicago area for his college career.
All 145-pound place winners who should be in the awards area at this time.
And spins behind, takes Higgins to his back, has him now, gets the 2. Didn't get back points, but got the 2, and they're out of bounds with 53 seconds left to go, and it's 17-5.
Now Higgins trying to do a good job, or did a good job of trying to avoid it, but just Brill just a little bit too fast. Looks like he's going to put him neutral again.
Brill has 3 takedowns from the technical fall here, as the escape makes it 17-6. Now under 45 seconds to go. (17-5), 17-6 is the score in favor of the 2-time, probably soon to be 3-time 3A state champion Bryce Brill of Mount Carmel. Down to 20 seconds now. Brill has not won by less than a major decision this year, and he'll take a 17-6 major decision in the state final. Bryce Brill, a 3-time Illinois state champion.
Celebrating his 2nd state championship, Bryce Brill.
And that will be his 2nd state championship.
This is Bryce Brill, state champion again for the 3rd time from Mount Carmel, this time 152 pounds, state champion. Bryce, if I'm not mistaken, you didn't give up an offensive point, undefeated season again. How do you do it?
Just training hard, just looking to score points every match. And last year I gave up a reversal with like 45 seconds left in the finals, and that was the only points I gave up last year. So this year one of my goals was to score as many points as possible while being able to not get scored on.
Ready to start the 160-pound match.
Nick Foster from Belleville West. 5th place, Eric Thoreau.
In the gray and orange singlet.
In 4th place,
Kamal Bay of Oak Park River Forest, the 4th of our 5
in 3rd place, Juwan Henman.
state finalists wearing an Oak Park River Forest singlet.
Bernie Silva.
And he'll be going against Emery Parker of Warren in the black and blue. Bay 5th in the state last year, ranked number 1, ranked number 20 nationally by Win Magazine. Parker, senior 39-2, came into the state ranked number 8. This is his first trip to the state tournament.
And of course, Kamal Bay, only a sophomore. Finished 5th here last year as a freshman at 152 pounds. This year wrestling at 160. And Parker coming from that Barrington sectional, correct?
Yes.
A senior from Warren with a record of 39-2, Emery Parker is a
9 Barrington finalists.
with a record of 36 from Oak Park with a force of
Bay, extremely athletic wrestler.
And right into the tilt as well, but unable to get the 2 count, says Dan Fulcher. 39 seconds in, and Bay leads 2-0.
Goes right feet, working the tilt. He will do it standing, but he's going to cut him instead.
So 2-1 the score.
And Bay will go upper body. He will lock up. Throw by.
And
in for the sink. There's 2.
Get that slide by. It's 4-1.
Again, looking for that tilt. Trying to trap that wrist. Mat return.
Under 30 seconds left in the first period. Bay leads 4-1.
Parker on his stump basing up. And Bay takes him out of bounds. 10 seconds to go, first period.
152-pound place winners. Please report to the awards area.
So with 2 first period takedowns, Kamal Bay of Oak Park River Forest leads 4-1. And he'll go down to start the second. Already 2 champions for Oak Park River Forest. Isaiah White at 138, Larry Early at 145. As Bay is out to make it 5-1. Bay trying to become the 3rd.
And 1 more to go after him. Bay in on a shot. Duck.
And
no
a little bit of a shuck there. Couldn't quite keep him in bounds. Come back to the center. Oh, what
nice
a
duck.
sweet duck.
That was smooth and quick.
As our colleague Andre Morgan says, too smooth, too fast, and too strong. He does let Parker escape, 7-2.
Bay with 6 losses on the year, 2 to Montini, Xavier Montalvo, who's ranked nationally, and then the rest of them all coming in major events to nationally ranked competition, Ironman and the Super Duels. And then lost by fall to standout wrestler Mark Hall from Apple Valley.
Hall going at 170 in his individual region today. So.
Well, the interesting thing is Hall's wrestled 170 most of the year, but specifically cut down to 160 for that duel against Oak Park. And that being Oak Park River Forest's lone loss on the season in dual meet competition in the championship bracket of the Clash.
Almost another duck hit there by Bay. Couldn't quite get to the legs. And Parker trying to
score.
Railroad over that wizard.
They're discussing. They're just saying, don't worry. Oh, they gave it 2. 7-4. Right at the end of the buzzer, so he manages 2 points. Powell over at the table arguing it. Yeah, he's... they warned him. Okay, so we'll go to the third period.
7-4 now the lead for Bay with that takedown by Parker at the end of the second. And Parker will start at the bottom.
And Bay not just flashy on his feet, he's actually a pretty good rider.
Parker to his feet, trying to rip the hands, and
out of bounds.
Wouldn't have been a loss of control anyway, but Dan Fulcher calls him off. And with 1:39 left, they come back to the center. And a switch attempt there by Parker.
Bay able to fight it off. Looked like he had it too, but just a little bit too strong.
Little hip heist there. Stepped right back over. Able to maintain control. Now under 1:20 left to go.
And I believe we talked about this earlier. Parker's semifinal match against one of the top-ranked kids in the state from Marist, Peter Andriotti, ended up in a wild scramble.
Oh, look at this.
Bay just throws him down. Just throws him down.
Takes him to his back. Now, if he holds on to that arm.
That's going to be 3 back points.
Yep. Yeah, what a wild scramble in that semifinal match between Parker and Peter Andriotti of Marist. It was really reminiscent of that scramble between Ryan Prater and Cartice Lloyd.
Came in the 135-pound
finals in 07. And Parker was the one that came out on top in that match. But both wrestlers had multiple chances to finish the takedown in that scramble. And this one ball just has 3 on the near fall.
Right. "15 seconds, third period."
Now Bay lets Parker to his feet, gives up the escape.
10-5.
And now Bay will just run out.
Won't be a
just
factor.
run out the last few seconds. Stall warning given, but it's not going to matter.
10-5.
Kamal Bay.
And there's your backflip. It nails the backflip.
I'm here with Kamal Bay, Illinois State champion, 160 pounds. Yeah, I can tell the emotion that's in you. Just let everybody know let it all out, man. What's it all about being an Illinois State champion?
It was just so hard, man. All the training and the workouts with Devontae, 40 minutes. The scrambles with Larry every day. Going takedowns with Isaiah. And just being strong like Monte and Andre.
And when you talk about Larry and Isaiah, those are your best friends. And all of you guys are walking out of State Farm Center tonight with a bracket board. You guys are already high school All-Americans, but obviously to have you and your best friends leave tonight, talk about that.
It's going to be the greatest, man. I'm going to enjoy this bus ride back so much. I get to hug everybody, man, everyone I love.
How long have you been waiting for this moment?
I've been waiting for it for a real long time. Ever since the beginning of the season. And where Andriotti was ranked above me. Just beating everybody and working hard, man. It's working hard.
Now, in this match tonight, he tried to throw you, you threw him. You guys went back and forth a little bit. What did he bring to the table that you had to counter and stop?
He was very strong and freaky. He tried to hit me with the fat man's roll at least twice, and he almost caught me the second time.
Did that wake you up and say, hey, I'm in a state championship, I got to protect my score and take care of business?
I came out here knowing no one was going to give it to me. I had to take it. And he definitely didn't give it to me. He pushed through. He was real strong. He worked real hard for this.
Now, you're a young guy. You're just a sophomore. You got room for more state titles at your house?
Got a lot of room. Got a whole wall of bracket boards.
This is Kamal Bay, the 160-pound state champion, Oak Park Huskies, once again on the top of the podium, except this time he's on the podium with his best friends. Congratulations, Kamal.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Lee Kemp, three-time world champion and Olympic wrestling coach. When I was an athlete, I looked for any type of edge I could get, and nutrition was that edge for me as an athlete. And I created the company Forza to help athletes get that nutritional edge. And when I finished competing, I wanted to do something that would allow me to be involved in wrestling and give something back to wrestling. So I created the company Forza. Forza is a nutritional company that allows me to pursue a great passion that I have of nutrition. ForzaByKemp.com.
And here we're getting ready to go, 170-pound weight class. And this will be a rematch from a match that took place in a dual meet earlier in the season. In the white and purple singlet, Tyler DeMoss, a junior from Rockton, Hononegah, 42-5 record versus senior Devontae Mahomes from Oak Park River Forest High School in the navy blue singlet, a record of 43-2. Mahomes' lone 2 losses on the season coming at the Ironman, where he finished 5th.
And in that match at the Sandberg Duels, Mahomes was the winner by a major decision, 15-6. Mahomes signed with the University of Michigan and national ranking of number 11 by Win Magazine.
There's 2 from Mahomes on the takedown. And Mahomes, another wrestler, tries to keep the match pace very high. Snap down. Picks the ankle. He's got 2. No back points. Goes in for the claw ride. And they're going to go off. Mahomes last year came to the state tournament undefeated. Heavy favorite to win, upset by Sandberg C.J. Brucky in the quarterfinals, went on to finish 3rd. Brucky, of course, goes on to win the tournament. And the year before that, Mahomes finished 3rd in the tournament. So 2-time 3rd place finisher this year, looking for his first title. 4:18 seconds to go in the first period.
And the first period is over. Mahomes not really what you call a tight rider, but he has
He's gonna put him neutral.
he did get the job done there at the end of the first period, and he cuts him to make it 4-2.
They looked over at the side, and Powell pretty much signaled to him, go on your feet.
Mahomes, the last of Oak Park's 5 finalists. They already have 3 champions.
160-pound place winners, please report to the awards area. 160-pound place winners, please report to the awards area.
(4-2), second period, about a minute to go. Stalemate.
Down to 35 seconds now. Still a 4-2 lead for Mahomes on the 2 first period takedowns.
Mahomes having a little headgear problem there. Keeps sliding down on his face.
Down to 15 seconds. And Mahomes will take a 4-2 lead to the third, and he'll start down.
Mahomes up
to his feet.
DeMoss trying to put the leg in.
DeMoss has a leg in. He stalled. Yeah, the official gave the stall warning to the wrong wrestler.
All 160-pound place winners should be in the awards area at this time. All 160 pounds.
Mahomes in on the leg, reaching for the far leg. Still no score. DeMoss
trying to get off and get a fresh start.
Mahomes trying to drag him back on.
Drags him back in. Can he work across? Trying to
finish, and there's your 2.
Was able to work across to the double.
He's going to let him go. 7-3 now.
Under a minute left to go.
Your one champion at 170 pounds.
Final 45 seconds of the 170-pound championship final.
Kyle Maternity.
Mahomes leading 7-3. We're down to 45 seconds.
From Kiki Xavier Montalvo.
Hey, you go. You set the pace. Let's go. Right now.
Mahomes with a slight wardrobe malfunction there.
Half shot by DeMoss. Now under 30 seconds. Carver James, the 152-pound 1A champion for Dakota, shouting out instructions to DeMoss over here. 10 seconds left to go. Well, they won't set a record for champions in the highest classification, but Oak Park River Forest will tie it as Devontae Mahomes.
170 pounds. How's that sound to you, Devontae?
Sound good.
out there. Looked like you were in control of that match for the most part. What was going on out there tonight?
I was a bit nervous, but I knew if I fed off my corner and trusted my training that I could pull it out.
When you looked out there before your match and you kept seeing Oak Park Huskies grabbing bracket boards, what thought went through your head?
Well, I might as well give me one.
Exactly. So now everybody on the bus has a bracket board. It's going to be a good day over in Oak Park, right?
Yes, sir.
What's
a great day.
What's the future for you?
I committed to University of Michigan, so I plan on going there and training hard and hopefully getting some success on the next level.
So you're headed to the Big Ten. You're a Wolverine. You're leaving Oak Park with a bracket board. It's a good day to be a Husky, right?
Great day to be a Husky. Great day. Thank you.
There you have it, Illinois. This is Monte Holmes, state champion, Oak Park Huskies. They're going to have a big party over there in Oak Park. Congratulations, state champ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Illinois Wrestling Coaches and Officials Association is the professional organization for wrestling coaches and officials in the state of Illinois. The IWCOA recognizes the accomplishments of groups and individuals at their annual All-State and Hall of Fame banquets, as well as sponsors the Fresh Off State Tournament Series, the Midwest Nationals Wrestling Tournament, and the Illinois-Indiana All-Star Duels, which take place this coming Sunday, March 16th at Hinsdale South High School. To learn more about the IWCOA and their membership benefits, visit iwcoa.illinoismatmen.com.
Well, here we go. Final match of the night, 182-pound weight class. Christian Brunner, sophomore from Dundee Crown, record of 43-4, facing Colton Emmerich, a senior from Deerfield, a record of 46-1. Deerfield, a program on the rise. They had a third-place finisher, and here they've got Emmerich in the finals.
Both these wrestlers first-timers to the state tournament. Emmerich got all the way to number 2 in the state by the end of the year. He has 3 wins over Bruner this year, including a 5-4 win over him in the Barrington sectional final.
Andrew Merholtz, the other place winner for Deerfield, finishing third at 120 pounds.
The first 2 wins were both by major decision and both early in the year. Well, Bruner in on the leg.
All 170-pound place winners, please report to the awards area. All 170.
And that's how Bruner came back and beat Alex Benoit of Marist
Benoit,
in the semifinals.
Benoit the favorite. Number 1 ranked almost the whole season. Well, yeah, the whole season at 182.
Benoit could not keep Bruner off his legs in the third period. And now Emmerich gets the takedown and he leads 2-0. Scores off Bruner's shot.
Working a power half. He's got the boots in.
But Bruner took Benoit down in the third period to tie it, and then in the overtime tiebreaker, got a point for stalling and an escape and won 8-6.
That's the end of the first period, 2-0, Emmerich in the lead.
Emmerich again looking for his 4th win of the season over Bruner. Deerfield has not had a state champion in half a century. As right away, Emmerich hits the switch for a 4-0 lead. Ted Parker, the 2-time state champion and Deerfield's only one, won his 2nd state title in 1964. And here's Emmerich with a chance to do it 50 years later.
And Emmerich trying to work a cradle. He's got the crossface in pretty tight. Now he goes back to putting the legs in and back to the power half.
4-0 is his lead. Yep, there comes the power half.
He's a little bit high right now. He's still got that one leg in. And he's going to give it up.
And he almost got reversed by Bruner.
Are they going to call a loss of control?
Will it be 1 or 2?
It's going to be
They're
two.
two
for the reversal.
And that makes it 4-2. So Emmerich, with that power half close to the edge, gives up 2 on it.
Got a little high, got a little sloppy, gave up the 2. Still leading 4-2, and he'll come straight up.
And Bruner brings him back down. 57 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, assistant coach, Deerfield assistant coach over there, Aaron Cohen, up out of his seat, shouting a few words of encouragement. Interesting to note, Cohen, former Illinois wrestler, but most success in judo. International judo competitor. He and his brother RJ run Cohen's judo.
And out is Emmerich. And is it 1 or 2? They're conferring.
They're going to give him. They gave him the 1.
They gave him 1
They
for
gave
the
him
loss
1.
of control.
So they'll go to the neutral position.
5-2 the lead now for Emmerich.
From Winnebago.
They decided he didn't have control, so no reversal, but definitely a loss of control on the part of Bruner, so it's 1. Under 35 seconds left to go in the second period.
And a lot of successful wrestlers have had the judo background, like Kading, who's now the head coach at Mount Carmel.
Big inside step there by Emmerich, right? Didn't get it done. 25 seconds left to go.
5-2 second period.
This our final championship match. Emmerich trying to end the state finals by giving the Deerfield its first state champion in half a century.
182-pound place winners. Please report to the awards area so you'll be ready after we do the awards for the 170 pound.
Into the third period, 5-2.
Bruner starting on the bottom, and a caution against Bruner for a false start.
Emmerich tying a wrist up there, it looks like.
5-2 is the lead for Bruner. I mean, for Emmerich, who owns 3 wins over Bruner this year.
Looking to make it 4.
In the most important match of the year, in fact, in the final match of the year. Bruner again trying to stand up. He is up. Emmerich locks down on the leg. Bruner trying to get around and get hip over hip for the reversal. Nothing yet. Still no change. Down to 1:10 seconds. Emmerich still has the ankle, but he does give up the escape. Didn't give up the 2, but gave up the 1. And now
right in on the leg. Under a minute to go, 5-3.
57 seconds separating Emmerich from a state title.
The awards area. All 170-pound place winners and the 100.
Bruner, only a sophomore, Dundee Crown. School one time had a very strong wrestling program, kind of fell off in the last few years.
They did, but they were they had 20 wins this year, and they were a really solid honorable mention team. So they had a lot of seniors, but they're on their way back. Now Bruner in on the leg. Is he going to be able to get his head up, though?
Tough
Probably
to
not going to do that.
Like that. Yeah.
Under 20 seconds left to go, and a stalemate is called. 16 seconds are all that are left.
Well, real simple for Bruner. Get a takedown, tie the match. Emmerich, stay active, don't stall.
Down to 10 seconds.
There's
a stall warning against Emmerich. 6 seconds, all that are left. And another false start against Bruner. That's 2 on it.
One more will be a point.
One more would be a point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
And for the first time in half a century, Deerfield has a state champion, and it is Colton Emmerich by a score of 5-3. He makes it 4 for 4 over Bruner this year. Bruner will have better days, but today, Colton Emmerich is champion. That's going to do it for us here at the State Farm Center on the campus of the University of Illinois in Champaign. For Mac Boland, I'm Rob Sherrill from IllinoisMatMen.com. Thank you for watching. These are the individual state championships from the State Farm Center.